may, okay? So that's how the law is written, is that I may enforce it, but I don't have to.
Well, if we use this route, you wouldn't be giving them permission to use 119. That law is already there in effect, 2/10 of a mile. From over here to Keller Street is less than 2/10 of a mile. So that, you wouldn't be giving them,
we're not giving them permission to cross 119.
right.
That's, the state already did that.
Yeah.
State already did that.
They'll take their own chance on 119.
That's up to you guys. I will enforce and try, do my best with whatever you guys decide.
I mean, you're gonna run into that, because I mean, that happened down there putting, the kid crossed, he wasn't looking.
Yeah.
He got hit, he got killed. I mean, that's the bad thing, like you say, the crossing 119, because it could happen. I mean, but that's the problem. I mean, it can happen at any point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
It can happen with or without the
It's
ordinance.
just, you gotta have to, right. You gotta
Keep in mind, whatever you do, you can undo.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, none of this is gonna be written in stone. Any problems we have, we can always back up and change it anyway. I mean,
Can we just vote next month on some kind of ordinance after we research these roads a little better? The committee.
I'm sorry.
Can the committee just go ahead and research these roads again and vote on this
It's
next
up to
month?
the council, whatever they do.
We recognize Ms. Clark.
Yes.
I have a question. If you think logically about it, if you've got a lot of visitors that's going to be coming in here, they're not going to take the time, most likely, to take these little routes around these residential areas and come out where they need to be just to get some gas. A route that you're coming up with on paper is probably just a technicality because they're going to naturally take the shortest route. I'm not familiar with Everett's, but if I went to Everett's and they started telling me, okay, take this street to that street, over to this street, down to this street, and I'm going to be lost. I'm just going to go right over there's where I need to go, and I'm going to be trying to go. So it's
It's addressed with signage and maps. They're going to pay for it.
I know, but still, it's you know as well as I do. It's going to be a
created,
technicality.
it's going to be created.
and there will be signs put up at each turn. So
And that goes
everybody,
back to what Mikey said too, is
You're marking it for them.
You're
You're telling them
marking
they
it.
have to cross here. That's my fear.
yeah.
It seems to me like if somebody comes into town to keep them completely out, I just if they're not hurting anything, I don't see the problem. If it's 2/10 of a mile to a gas station or 3/10 of a mile and they go 2/10 and they go, well, right there it is, why can't I just go on? Let them get their gas and go. I mean,
That's what they do
make
now.
the route
It's-
for a technicality, maybe to cover yourself for insurance purposes, but it just seems like it's being made more difficult than it actually is. And besides, it's the season. Everybody's starting to ride.
Like you said, we'd be marking 119. We wouldn't be marking 119. That's a state. They have to provide those signs.
They're
just like
already
they do
out.
here.
It's just keep putting it
We're
off,
talking
and
about
it's
city streets.
just
We wouldn't
another
mark
month gone.
119.
But everywhere we put a sign telling them what they can do, we're liable.
Maybe we ought to just have an ordinance telling them they can't ride in certain sections, period, and forget the control of the streets.
Do you have
Because
any
the
idea when that
biggest
will be
problem
open?
is they're riding through
When will
residential
that
areas
park be
now.
open?
I'm hoping by late summer. Oh, will you hear him? You want me to shoot it? No, Mikey does his job. I mean, I've seen him. Somebody's doing something stupid on it.
That's such a pass.
I mean, that's what you gotta do.
Did you want to have your hand up?
No.
Anybody, any more discussion, what's your pleasure, whatever?
Once we can always go
We
back
can
and
change the ordinance and then adjust the route. You could always do them in.
Yeah, anytime something don't work, we can always go back and change it to something else, find something better. Because
I'll put a motion on the floor to accept the ordinance.
I second Charles.
We can always come back and amend it if we, the streets and stuff.
Is this approving the second reading approval of corrected ordinance, or is this the first reading of the new ordinance?
This is approval.
This is the second time it's been presented. It's just a change. It's just been changed.
This would be the second reading. But this would be the approval meeting right here. It would be the second.
First
approval.
reading was on March the 15th.
They had to have some corrections. Mikey said the corrections were made there. About criminal matters.
They changed it to criminal and or civil, and that wording is fine with what the Parker said it would say.
To approve it.
Are we approving it with insurance or without insurance?
It would be without.
Without.
Are there city stickers in there still yet? I haven't read it, I think we're gonna vote on it tonight. It's not on the agenda, no. I ain't looked at it.
Yeah, city stickers.
I think that's important. Would the city have any liability if we take the insurance out and then a car gets hit?
I'd hate to answer that, because I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be just like a vehicle though, like a car? I mean, people driving without insurance?
That's what I was assuming the driver of the ATV would have some responsibility, but I'm a Mikey, I don't know for sure. I don't think you're going to see.
You know, you carry a rider on your insurance policy for uninsured motorists, and I'm sure that a four-wheeler rider would probably be an uninsured motorist, but I just don't know
Well, see, that's what I'm
100%.
saying. Parker's not here, and there's too many open questions still yet.
Parker probably wouldn't be able to answer. I mean, that's something about a criminal
Yeah.
aspect of it. I don't know if he'd be able to answer that right out or not.
We have motions and second.
Do what?
Any additional comments before you have a roll call vote?
You will.
Roll call vote.
Howard?
Yes.
Elliott?
Well, I'd like to see an ordinance if I might vote no, because I've still got questions about some of the stuff.
Boger?
Yes.
Graham? Hanks? Yes. Raleigh?
Yes.
And Dixon?
Yes.
Yes, and no.
Ordinance is approved, that'd be ordinance number, what was it? 424.
I have one question to ask the council. In order for me to enforce this, I need ticket books, and we don't have any.
Make a motion by Mikey certificate.
Whoever the printing company is that we used before to buy the ordinance violation
Have you got a
books.
ticket
Book.
that I could have?
Yeah.
One black ticket.
Is there not some way when you sell these
Yeah,
stickers that
yeah.
you can have a little phone for him to buy some?
Yeah, because I mean, just as sure as they hit the streets, we're probably gonna have to start setting some examples, and I'll need them fast.